Have you ever heard of meditation? Most of the time, I try my best to be as stress-free as I possibly can. And usually, I do a pretty good job of it. I am pretty happy most of the time. I like the work that I do, and I like all the fun experiments and adventures that I usually go on. But I am still human, and I still get anxious, I still get stressed, my mind will race, and sometimes I find myself unable to sleep. There's so many people, religions, and beliefs that claim the powers of meditation and how important it can be for your mind and for your health. Now, I have meditated before, but I have never done any sort of long-term, consistent mindfulness practice like meditation, and that is something that I want to try out. For the next month, I downloaded the Waking Up app by Sam Harris, and I've gotten the subscription, and I'm going to go through the 28-day mindfulness meditation course and walking through those guided meditation practices every single day and doing a consistent meditation practice for the very first time. I'm really looking forward to doing this, and this won't be nearly as exciting as some of the experiments I've done in the past, but I think the benefits that I'll see from this experiment might be better than any benefit I've seen from other experiments, because we live our life through our own mind and our own perception. And if we can learn how to better control that, control our perception, control our mind, and how we react to the moments we're living through and the emotions we're feeling, I think it will just give us better tools and a better ability to have a happy, productive, or cheerful life. It's time for the first meditation.
You can sit cross-legged on a cushion if you want to, but generally I recommend that you find a comfortable chair where you can sit upright. A desk chair would be perfect. And once you're comfortable, close your eyes, and then take a few deep breaths. And now gradually become aware of the sensations of breathing.
Good morning. It is time for day 2 of my 28-day meditation practice. It is the morning time, and I think I'm going to be doing most of my meditations in the morning, if not first thing within kind of the first hour of my day, if I have the chance. That would be ideal. So I'm about to do day 2, and this is probably going to be, where I'm doing most of my meditations, but we will certainly see that. I almost forgot to meditate today, but luckily it's 8 p.m. and I caught myself before playing games.
Y'all have lunch with her? I spent most of the day with her.
It is now 1 week or 7 days into the 4-week meditation course that I am doing. I meditated every single day. I will say the first few days I was really rusty when it came to my meditations. I was basically just sitting down, closing my eyes, and thinking about stuff with my eyes closed. In mindfulness meditation, one of the best practices is to focus on your breath. And so for the first few days, I would maybe be able to pay attention to a breath or two before getting distracted. And just my mind was going crazy. Now, I am no expert still, and my mind still goes crazy whenever I meditate. But the past few sessions, day 6, day 7, I've been able to focus more, and whenever I start my meditation, I'll be able to find more of a zone where my mind is much more quieter or less distracted, and I'm able to focus on either my breath, focus on the sounds around me, focus on the experiences and feelings of my body, or even the emotions that are going through my body and where those are located. So the past few sessions, I've definitely found that I've made some progress. But I don't think that the meditations have yet made any difference on my day-to-day life. I think as I go further and further into this practice, I'll get better at meditating, better at focusing, exploring those feelings and experiences I go through, and seeing how that's implemented into my day-to-day experience. It is day 10 of my meditation journey, so out of 28 days. So a little bit over a third of the way there, and it happens to be my birthday. So got to sleep in this morning. I'm going to sit here outside, enjoy the beautiful day in the shade, and get a meditation in. And just wonderful day to turn 25 and have a birthday. So far, we are 2 weeks in, just past the 2-week mark, and I'm really starting to enjoy it now. It feels like my meditations have started to get a little bit deeper. And so, even for 10-minute meditations like this one, really being able to quiet my mind during it, really be present and focus on things like my breath or feelings within my body or emotions, and being able to kind of quiet my hectic mind. It has been really pleasant. And typically, not every meditation. Some are still kind of crazy. Some my mind are going wild. But more or less, whenever I do one of my 10-minute meditations now, I'll come out of it much more calm than when I went into it. But now I will say that I think my meditations have started to bleed into my everyday life. So this last week, I felt just much more calm, much more present, kind of willing to roll with the punches of my day a little bit better, and becoming just a little bit more aware of, my emotional or my mental state throughout a day. So if I'm becoming stressed, I might notice that I'm becoming stressed and then take just a moment to sit with that and be aware of it and kind of let that dissipate. And so this week too has been really cool in that, one, I'm getting better at meditating. And two, it's starting to kind of trickle into my life with moments of presence, moments of mindfulness, and a little bit more just what it seems to be mental clarity. It has been 28 days of daily meditation. I'm all done and wanted to share some of the results, some of the updates for this entire meditation journey. It was fantastic. Really have been meditating almost every single day for the past month for around 10 minutes. I really, really liked the structure. I really liked how doing the meditation course, it kind of taught you how to meditate and introduce different types of meditation techniques that I found really, really rewarding and really soothing as I got further and further. Most of the meditations were some form of mindfulness. So basically closing your eyes, focusing on your breath, and really trying to clear your mind, or at least hone your focus in onto your breathing. And this was an awesome thing. So this is, mindfulness meditation, and this helped calm me down, stay relatively relaxed. And towards the end of this course, I was looking forward to the meditation just because I know that after I did it, I would feel so much better and just more relaxed and in the moment. There were several other different types of techniques that we did during this course. So there was metta, or loving kindness meditation. So, trying to harness happy and positive energy and wishing well on yourself and others was a really powerful tool that would boost your mood. There's different practices around focusing on noise, focusing on sounds, focusing on your internal emotions, focusing on thoughts, and then even towards the end of the course, focusing on your visual field and what you see. And really, it is just diving into your consciousness, where your conscious comes from, and understanding that everything you experience is through your mind and through your point of consciousness. Over the last month of doing the daily meditation, I think it really has affected the rest of my life. And not any drastic shifts. I think luckily I've always been a relatively self-aware person. But usually on a given day or, throughout a week, my mood is kind of doing this where, some days feeling really, really good and some days not feeling as great. And it's just kind of a wave of life experiencing it. And so what this mindfulness has done, at least for me, is it helps me become aware of my mood a little sharper. So I can really tell when I'm feeling great and can be present and experience that great feeling. Whenever my mood starts dipping down and I'm feeling not so good, what the mindfulness has helped me do is I'm better able to identify when my mood is slipping, when I'm feeling anxious, when I'm feeling stressed, and think about what's making me feel that way, and kind of separate that feeling from what I'm experiencing and kind of roll that over in my mind, my consciousness, examine that, and help kind of stem off that bottom curve. So over the past month, instead of being like a full curve of emotions, it goes up and then it starts to come down, and then it's, it shallows out before I actually start feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed. Overall, I think this is something that so many people would benefit from. Being able to examine yourself, being able to have tools that you can use to examine your thoughts, examine your consciousness, examine your life, is really, really valuable. It definitely has been for me, and I think most people will find a lot of value in doing this themselves. What I've learned in the last 30 days, I definitely am going to carry that on and be able to have specific things I know I can do if I start to feel stressed. But I've liked this practice so much that almost every day I'm looking forward to my meditation. And it still takes some effort. You have to find 10 minutes to set aside, to sit down, to meditate. So it is, it's not trivial taking that time to do that. It has become more and more enjoyable and something that has a lot of benefit that I kind of want to do because I know it's going to make me feel better. Thank you so much for watching this video, coming along on this meditation journey. I know it might be shorter or perhaps a little less entertaining than other videos, but it has been such a powerful journey for me in the past 30 days and an experiment that is super easy for anyone to try out. Has been super rewarding for me mentally, and something that I really recommend almost everyone to try out. There's so much potential benefit and upside of meditation with almost no downside. I highly encourage and recommend you to try your own meditation journey or experiment, even if it's just for a couple minutes a day. I promise you won't regret it. Using something like the Sam Harris Waking Up app or Mindfulness app, there's one called Headspace, or just look up YouTube videos of guided meditation is a great place to start, and I highly encourage anyone watching this to do so. But thank you so much for sticking in with another experiment and journey, and as always, thank you for keeping it real with Ryan.